So we've started our drive north, and it's been pretty uneventful so far, except for we're passing through in between Birmingham, Alabama and Memphis, and we ran into the craziest weather I've personally ever driven in. It is zero visibility. I would say like, I don't know, 5 feet. The rain is just sheeting down, and like you can just see the waves of rain. It's insane. So we actually pulled off on the side of the road, and it looks like 80% of the other people on this freeway have it as well. And we're just gonna wait it out because you can see on the radar it's like, you know, a pretty small band of
rain.
Yeah, rain clouds.
So it should actually just blow by us, hopefully, pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it seems to have already kind of slowed down a little bit, but
yeah, you
still.
can actually see a lot further. Like you, literally like 2 minutes ago, you couldn't even see that car.
Yeah, see, they're already taking off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But what we did find out is when we were driving in this like rainy, stormy condition during the day, it's getting a little dark now, but having sunglasses on that are polarized really helped me see through kind of like that glare that this like fog creates while we were driving, and it was really helpful. It gave me probably an extra or like double the distance that I was able to see, because when I would take them off, like the light reflecting and all that fog was so hard to see anything. There's lightning and thunder. I think we'll probably we'll probably just wait it out a little bit longer. You know, some people are getting back on the road, but we got a trailer and we're in truck camper.
Yeah.
We're in no rush, so we'll just
we'll wait it out a little bit longer.
So we're currently underway, and Ray is driving, and I don't know, it's a lot less anxiety inducing if like I like to drive a lot and be in control, but the truck camper is like Ray driving the truck, so I don't have as much anxiety around it. I don't know why, I just didn't like not driving the fifth wheel. I feel like it was just like so big and scary, where this is just like driving the truck, that I'm a lot less anxious about it. I'm still anxious, don't get me wrong.
I mean, you're a nervous passenger anyway.
Well, yeah, period. It's not
He's
a Ray thing.
Occasionally like been braking over there in the passenger seat for me.
Yeah, and so overall, how has driving the truck camper been?
It's been good. I mean, like it doesn't feel much different than just driving the truck. You know, I think, what are we, only like technically 4 feet longer?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're not like really worried about the tail swing. You know, it's something you still like somewhat pay attention to, but it's just, once you get used to driving the big truck, like throwing a truck camper on top of it doesn't feel like that different to me. It does feel like a little more sway, you know, you can feel the weight move around a little bit more, but nothing like scary.
Yeah. We haven't really shown you much of our drive or our travels, and that's because we were delayed 5 days for our actual like leaving, because we had some stuff to be done with the house and then the truck and just everything. So we're delayed by 5 days, which turned our trip getting from here to the Canadian border from like a nice leisurely 200 something mile a day drive that we were planning with lots of stops and hot springs and like all of that, into a 500 to 600 mile an hour day bolt across the country. Miles a day bolt across the country. And so it's been really helpful having Ray drive as well, because, you know, that's more miles than we usually put in. I think the max with the fifth wheel we put in was like 500, and that would take us all day and we'd be absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, really take it out of you.
Yeah, and so we really could only do like 3 days of those in a row, or I don't know. Anyway, so today we actually are doing a shorter drive. I think it was only 580 today.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be stopping at about 4:30 instead of, we've been going till about 7 or 8. So stopping 3 hours early because our current destination is Golden, Colorado. I am so excited to see mountains. I was telling Ray earlier, like, the thing that most people don't know about Colorado, if you've never driven from the east side to the west side of Colorado, is that, like, the east side of Colorado is all farmland, and it looks just like Kansas, just like Nebraska, all that. It's just nothing but farmland and flat, and you just drive through it, and then suddenly these massive mountains appear. And so I'm super excited because I haven't seen mountains in 2 years, 2-something years. Being from California and like growing up in the mountains and always being surrounded by mountains and seeing mountains for most of my life, it's just one of those kind of weird things that I get excited about. So Ray flew home to California.
Oh, I've seen him once in 2.5 years.
Yeah, so you're good, but I'm really excited. So maybe there's clouds, so maybe I'll try to show you, like, the mountains rising up out of the distance, but it's probably not going to be as cool on camera as it is
in here.
Yeah, in here.
Alright, we've made it to our next destination, and we scored pretty nice boondocking spot. Well,
Yeah.
dry camping. We are at a place that we have visited quite a few times, surprisingly.
Yeah. Probably spent more time here than some campgrounds we've stayed at.
Yeah, so we're at Itchkepi, right? Yeah, Itchkepi Park in Columbus, Montana.
Yeah.
So we went from Golden, Colorado to Columbus, Montana today.
Yeah, we decided to switch it up. We were originally planning to go through the Eisenhower Tunnel and take 70 across and then take the 15 up. Anyway.
We really wanted to, but like Jason was just looking at the mileage, and like we literally had today, tomorrow, and then the next day is when we're supposed to check in. And we don't want that day to be a terribly long driving day. So we just said, you know what, we can always take that highway on the way back.
And there's more Colorado stuff we want to do too. We only got to spend that quick time in Golden, and we really liked it.
Yeah, we really want to go back to Golden. So
it's okay.
No brainer.
We were like, all right, this gives us an excuse to come back here.
There's people like literally riding lawnmowers, and I don't know if they work for the park or they're just having a good time.
They're just having a good time with it. There's two people like riding different types of riding lawnmowers.
Yeah, here they come.
Yeah. So Itchkepi here is lots of locals, and there's kind of like
get a weird crowd here.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
It's mixtures between like travelers. Like we've always come here in our big 42-foot Solitude.
Yeah.
And you get locals, you get tenters, you get kind of like anyone who's interested in free camping, which is like everyone.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you'll see like really, really nice rigs, and you'll see some homemade rigs. Like you get
Yeah.
the whole variety here. But overall, it feels safe. Obviously,
Yeah.
we keep coming back here.
Police
So
patrol,
yeah,
and
you
so
see
it's
cops come in, drive through.
but
So
but it's still, you get funny stuff like that.
yeah, that's funny. That doesn't
It's
make you
not
feel
gonna happen at a
unsafe.
KOA. Yeah.
No, you won't get people riding their lawnmowers for fun. Anyway, we do recommend stopping through at this park. What else about today?
We got this beautiful riverfront site, right? Which
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
never gotten riverfront here, even though we've been multiple times. There's only a few, and it seems like they're even cutting down on them now.
Yeah, the truck that was here like just was starting to pull out, and we're like, yes. So we finally got a riverfront site at this park. And we wouldn't have fit in this site with the fifth wheel, so it's fun. We're really starting to experience the difference between like traveling in a big rig, traveling smaller, and you know, there's pros and cons to both. I'm not sitting here saying that one way of travel is better than the other. It's totally dependent on like
how you want to travel.
Exactly, on what you want. There's no better way to travel than like the way that's best for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have one more big travel day tomorrow.
In crossing the border.
And then we're gonna cross tomorrow or no?
Yeah, tomorrow's crossing the border.
Oh, okay. All right. One more big travel day and crossing the border. That's exciting.
Something else eventful did happen.
Oh, right.
To the camper.
That's right. I wanted to show them that when we got back because we promised Carmen a long walk.
Yeah.
Want to ensure you never miss out on our content? Don't rely on social media notifications to let you know when we release new stuff. There's only one way to get all of our updates directly, and that's by signing up to our newsletter. Unlike social media algorithms that decide for you what you should see, our newsletter guarantees you'll get every bit of content we share, from daily articles to new video releases to exclusive discounts. If daily's too much for you, just sign up for our weekly recap. Don't let the algorithm decide what you see. Sign up now and join our Getaway gang. All right, we're back from our walk, so we're gonna show you what broke yesterday and our super
temporary
solution. I'll let you explain this.
All right, so this is our awesome Dometic Heady 2 skylight, and it's also like an emergency access hatch, but it's pretty cool. It's been a pain in our butt, but it's also like really nice.
It was like one of the selling features for us.
Yeah, because you get this big, beautiful skylight. You can open it up, stand up on the bed, and like, you know, you're on the roof, and it's like cool. Lets a ton of light in. You could see the stars at night while you're laying in bed.
Yeah.
But first thing first, it leaked when we were like redoing the RV, and it had a pleated shade in there. And so, no big deal. We taped it, solved the problem.
You mean we fixed the leak?
We fixed the leak.
With a Turnabond tape.
With a Turnabond tape and then Dicor sealant, and it was no big deal.
We fixed the leak properly, but it ruined the pleated shade because it got it all soggy and like warped.
So, and it had only been leaking for like the day.
Yeah, we caught it like right away, thank goodness. Yeah.
So a ton of rain got on the darn pleated shade and ruined it. So we're like, oh, cool. So we took that out. Little did we know, it's incredibly difficult and expensive to get parts for this darn thing. We kind of did a little hodgepodge. I ordered a couple parts. We cut it. And we tried to make our own pleated shade, and it hasn't worked. So literally, we sleep with the bug screen, and it drops the light coming through the window by like 40%, maybe 30%.
I was gonna say like 10.
Yeah. And we've just been waking up with the sun. Even though we're going to Alaska, we got some stuff to cover it. We got eye masks. So what happened is what everyone always talked about online was this little tab is what keeps it closed. And so people complain that these break because they're little pieces of plastic. You can see it's like super, super thin. And so we had one lock break, one little thing, and it's like $60 or 60 pounds plus I don't know, another 20 pounds shipping from like the UK to get this stuff, or a lot of money from Dometic USA. And then the other thing is these latch onto this plastic piece, which is like molded into this whole body. And so we had one tab break on one side, and we had the part that it locks onto break on the other side.
Yeah, so I'll just show them real quick. So this is the side where the tab broke, but we still have the plastic piece that it locks into. But then this side, we have the locking mechanism, but then the tab that it holds onto is what broke. So that's why Jason has one of each.
Yeah. And so, luckily, while you're driving, it opens this way, so the wind kind of keeps pushing it down, even though it has like these gas struts that try to push it up. So the wind will continue to push it down.
Right. But
yeah,
yesterday when it broke,
we were going through a rainstorm.
It was raining, yeah. So the whole bed was wet.
Yeah, damp.
Damp, yeah, not soaked through, thank goodness. But
so anyway, now we have to replace this whole thing and it's like $1,000 for this, and very hard to get. You can order it, but it takes like weeks on weeks to get it shipped to.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out a better solution because we don't even know if we can get this shipped to us like anywhere in Canada or Alaska,
right?
With, like the rate that we're moving at too.
Yeah, in the time frame, it's really
So this is the solution that we came up with
today. So we can go on the road.
This is the dehumidifier that we brought, and it's actually really heavy. So we literally just bungeed it to the dehumidifier, and that has held it closed. Yeah. But
it's not a great solution.
No,
I don't like it. It causes me lots of stress while we're driving down the road.
Yeah, and like we were debating on like taking the bungees and putting them on this like metal bar, that holds the books in like right above the bed, but then like we just pictured one of those like breaking off, and then we're like, oh, maybe the handle's over here, and then we're like, no, absolutely not. And so this was like all we could come up with in a 15-minute brainstorming session.
We have so much stuff but nothing here, and I can't find the parts here in the US like that. People already have them, so like they can all order them from Dometic, and Dometic gets them shipped from Europe. But like anytime you're searching on Amazon anywhere, not Amazon, on Google anywhere, it's all UK and Australia, because like a lot of their caravans use these skylights. Not a lot of American vehicles do. So
fun stuff.
Yep.
RV life.
I forgot how much I love it.
The next morning, we hit the road bright and early, and we were pumped because it's border crossing day. Don't miss it in the next video.